Wow, that was interesting. Did you all stay here? Yeah, okay. And it's still recording. Just shut down. Shut down. So, anyway, I guess you know what it was. Zoom was tired of listening to me. That's okay. Actually, it's probably I don't know why. Anyway, the what I was going to say is sharing the pre-made schedule. So if you offer co-parenting once a month and you've got your schedule planned out for the year, go ahead and print a, that on like bright colored paper and bring a stack of it to down to the court, laminate it, and let them stick it up someplace right there so that it can show somebody so someone can take a picture of it. Um, there's lots of different ways, but I think there's not one reason, is what I will say to this. Um, and I also, the way this was written, my program's numbers have been dropping. I also want to be clear. I don't think it's just you. It's not just your county, and it is not you as a person. You are worthy, you are good, you are smart. Um, and it's a lot of different factors. Um, I really liked this question. What does the future hold for UT's co-parenting program? I'm gonna I'll be straight up with y'all. From my point of view, our numbers have been dwindling of the number of agents that have been offering this program. Because of that, it there will get to a point where it's not worth maintaining anymore. And so I don't want that to be. I do like this program. I do think it's a value. And I really think being able to drive some significant funds into counties is a plus. Um, but if we consistently only have three, five counties across the whole state offering it, I don't know if it's worth the time and the management because you saw how much goes into the back end of things. So I don't want that to be. That being said, let's keep our numbers up. And the future of this is going to be, you know, maybe a tighter online option, maybe working with judges at the state level because they have judicial organizations and advocating for extension to be the primary provider. Um, you know, there's always different family dynamics that I try to bring new content in and new information in about that. I would really also like to see our co-parenting program have a lot more on. I would like to see um, information about crafting great parenting plans that are future oriented. So, not just about schedules, but also how do you write in for children's cell phone use? And who's splitting the bill? That's this week's argument. Who's splitting that bill? And what are, are there rules around it? What about a car and car like helping parents prevent conflict? That's what I would like to see for co-parenting. And doing it in a way that we're not legal, you know, providing legal counsel. But what that will require is making sure that we're grounding that in research as best practice, not just random suggestions. So, um, so that's why I've hesitated on doing some of that yet. However, the research is really growing about particularly teen and early childhood, I suppose, screen time and phone use. Like, there's not one. I mean, some people will try to claim that there's one age that's good enough for letting kids have a phone, but that's just not true. There is nothing to support that. It's really individualized. And the DigiLife program, while I'm on my faculty development leave, that's something I'm going to be working through and updating. And so this is all going to be part of it. So hopefully I'll have some cool answers for you by the end. But we'll see. Um, should we worry about participant confidentiality? We talked about that earlier. No, this is all public information anyway. However, as was mentioned earlier, you all work in some counties in very tight-knit communities. So I would always respect confidentiality and uphold it as much as possible. But this is not HIPAA protected information. And then any advice on how to better engage fathers during the session. I loved this. I loved this. Um, I'll be straight up. I haven't even thought about it because everybody's got to be there. And um, it seemed like the activities kind of cross over. But I also know that dads just don't engage in parenting education stuff as as much in general. And so you have to work that much harder to engage and make sure that there's some meaningful takeaways. Um, so I'm adding that to my to-do list for the future. So put that up with what's in the future because I do think it's really important. Um, Moms and dads, it is different in parenting and they have different relationships. Whether it's, whatever the format of the family, it's still the reality that, you know, they might interact different. Everybody interacts differently. So maybe that's the angle we come from is saying, each parent parents in their own style and in their own way that represents who they are. Um, let's explore this. So, but there's also really good research about parenting education with fathers. But that is not an area that I am particularly well versed in. That is definitely Matt Devereaux's area. And in fact, he and Katie Conrad are waiting to hear about a fatherhood grant that they're working on. And they've identified some fatherhood education programs and that sort of thing. So maybe I can pull from that too. Is it obvious that I'm trying to come up with an answer on the fly right now because I don't have a full answer? I think it is. But my answer is I love the question and we're going to figure it out. And if anybody here has a great suggestion, let me know. Okay. We are right at our time. I want to make sure everybody's questions were answered. Any last pieces, comments, suggestions? No? Was this helpful? Okay. Okay. Um, y'all, I just want to do right by y'all and do right by this program. It's really that simple. I am going on faculty development leave starting Friday for 6 months. Um, and that means that I'm working on a project, uh, and the project is to create online programming and resources and figure out what's working and what's not, because that's the directive we've been given. But I got to tell you, I got a secret mission. I want to figure it out in ways that benefit counties because I love our county-based infrastructure. I think that's what makes us the best. And so that's what I'm going to be focusing on. Um, and I get to take a class online. I'm really excited. This is nerd. But it's all about systems thinking and all of that. So I'm excited. I'll be excited to share that when I come back. However, I got the choice to hold on to a couple of things during this period of time. Co-parenting is one of them. So anything related to this program, you don't have to worry. Should I contact her? Should I not? I'm still here. I will still be, my response time might be a little bit slower. But I'm not leaving. I'm going to be at my house. I still have a teenager to get to. Hey, school. I know, Tennille, right? I know. He's starting freshman year. It's crazy. Yeah, I appreciate you. Um, that's it. That's all I got, I think, right? Yes. Is this when I say I love you? I love you. Bye. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it.